In today's video, gents, 7 ways to compliment a woman without being creepy. Don't do this. You got a nice butt for an Asian girl. You know, I'm not normally attracted to black girls, but you look good. Ooh, for a big girl, you got some moves. What's wrong with those compliments? They're backhanded compliments. Even if you're sincere, understand the vast majority of people, they don't like it when race, when their size is in a sense brought into something like that. Unfortunately, with these compliments, a lot of guys don't even know that it's a backhanded compliment. They don't actually see the problem. In some cases, they're like, hey, I've used it before. It works. It gets attention. Understand these are very dangerous compliments, and if you're going to continue to use them, well, proceed at your own risk. And by the way, guys, let's have a little bit of fun. I want to hear some of the best or worst backhanded compliments you've ever given or heard somebody give. Next up, and this one is incredibly important, you've got to be sincere. The compliment has to be real. If you're making this stuff up, if it's not coming from the heart, if it's not something, you just wanted to talk to her, so you made something up, understand she will be able to see through that compliment, and it's going to come off bad, it's going to come off slimy, it's going to backfire on you. So according to researchers at Japan's National Institute for Psychological Sciences, in a 2008 study, they found that women had a part in their brain, yes, in which they could pick up compliments. It was the same part of the brain that we pick up a number of other things, one of them being monetary rewards, but they're very in tune with this, and that it is very easy for them to detect a real compliment versus a phony one. And whenever they picked up the phony compliment, they were not only did they not like it, they were disgusted. That being said, when the compliment was real, when it was sincere, even if it was a little bit strange, it was actually something that was genuinely appreciated. So don't let that hold you back. Just make sure, guys, when you're given that compliment, it is sincere, it is real. Now, before I get into my next point, I want to thank Claudia Cox over at Text Weapon for helping me come up with all these points. I've known Claudia for years. I met her at my Menfluential event, and what I love about Claudia is that she helps men better communicate with women via text and all types of written communication. So if you're a man interested in better communicating with your wife, with your girlfriend, with a girl that you want to be your girlfriend, you want to check out Text Weapon. I'll be linking to that website down in the description. She's just a great friend. I'd love for you to go check out what she's doing. And in addition, I've got the support article down there over at Real Men Real Style. So if you just want to read, you want to actually check out the studies, which I always link to my support articles in the description of my videos. You can go check it out down there over at realmenrealstyle.com. The next tip for giving a compliment not being creepy, make sure the compliment is unique. If it's something that can apply to everyone, it's something that, you know how you get those emails and you know they're spam because you could just change out the name and it's, we can pick this stuff up. It's the same with compliments. If you're just complimenting her on her hair, well, unless she really has great hair, again, getting back to that first point, sincere, is it something that is really unique? If you can give someone a unique compliment, oftentimes you've gotten to know them a bit better. Let's say you guys are in a class together and you notice that every time she asks a question of the professor, she actually is really well spoken. You love her accent. You love, there's something about it. That is a unique and it's a sincere compliment. And that combination right there is powerful and you want to leverage it. The next tip, look beyond the physical. I know it's difficult for many of us, me included. When you see an attractive woman, there's a part of our brain that it's like similar to drugs and alcohol. It just hits that and we're like, oh, we feel good. And we want to sometimes just compliment what we see. But when you are only complimenting the physical, she knows this and she probably gets it a lot, especially if she's beautiful, if she's attractive. And it's something that just doesn't have the same meaning as the non-physical because she has a brain. She has maybe people she's interacting with. And for you to notice how she talks, how she interacts. She's just really good at maybe a certain type of skill. Those are the type of things that go beyond the physical and women can be very receptive to. And guys, this is backed up by research. So both at SMU University and Florida State, they actually found that women in long-term relationships, got them compliments both on physical, on their body, and then on other things, non-physical, just the way that they interacted, their personalities. And they found that actually if men only complimented them on their bodies in the relationship over time, this could build up resentment, that women wanted to be recognized for all of these other things that were beyond the physical. And so understand that yes, even if you're complimenting again and again on the physical, but you're ignoring the non-physical, this can actually be a negative thing over time. Now, this study coming out of the Association for Psychological Sciences in 2009 found that actually with low esteem women, that talking too much about the physical physical, saying you're beautiful, you're really attractive, this could actually have even a worse effect over time on their psyche and their self-evaluation of themselves. It can push them down and make them feel really bad, lower their self-esteem. So if you've got someone that you know has low self-esteem, even if they're really attractive, try to find other ways to build them up, not so much talking about that physical. Next up, Guns N' Roses knew how to compliment a woman. So you remember in that song, Sweet Child of Mine? She's got eyes of the bluest skies as if they thought of rain. The point here is you want to be metaphorical, not always literal. Nothing wrong with literal, but it doesn't have the same effect. You've got beautiful blue eyes. You've got beautiful blue eyes. It's like if they thought of rain. All of a sudden right there, that compliment much stronger. And by the way, Guns N' Roses, one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Agree, disagree? Let me know down in the comments. Next up, let's talk about context. So you're at a party and you've got friends in common. That's one type of context. You're at work and you're wondering, okay, I want to compliment her, I want to talk to her. We work in different departments. How can I approach it? That's one context. You're on a subway. You've never seen this woman before. There's only a few people down, waiting for the subway. Is this the best place to give a compliment? Now, I have a good friend. He met his wife on the subway. And, he's got a whole story with it, but he judged the situation. They had seen each other a few times. They were both regular commuters, and he finally got the courage just to start engaging with her. But in most situations, you've got to think, how is she going to feel? Is she going to feel threatened? Now, the author, Margaret Atwood, she put it this way. Men are worried that women are going to laugh at them. Women are worried that men are going to kill them. Now, I know that quote may seem melodramatic, but when you watch the news, especially from the viewpoint of a woman, what do you see? Woman attacked and killed. Woman attacked and raped. And this is something that is going in the back of many women's minds. And you need to make sure that you're put in the right situation, that your compliment is going to be perceived as something nice, not a threat. Now, this next one may seem like common sense, but women do not appreciate catcalls. And if you're not familiar, this is when men whistle, they make noises, they say things that are very sexual in nature to try to grab attention of the woman. Now, the vast majority of men will agree that this is wrong, but why does it still happen? I think the insight here is a 1989 study that talked about actually men, if they were catcalled by women, they actually liked it. It was something that they weren't used to, but they liked the idea that someone was showing the interest. And I think from this, a lot of guys think somehow that, oh, if I would like it, then women would like it. And so there's got to be a percentage. Here's the thing though, in that study, they weren't able to find a single instance of when women actually liked to be catcalled. So what video to watch next? How about male insecurities that women honestly don't care about? Yes, it was a great video. Had a lot of fun with this one. And you'd be surprised how many guys are hung up on certain things that the ladies just don't care about.